It was a very important day for Jeremy and his best friend Jonas. They were going on a school trip to the forest for 3 days. They would be camping and learning how to put up a tent. They would also learn how to safely make a campfire and how to survive in the woods using just their own skills. Jeremy and Jonas were so excited to be in the forest. Jeremy especially loved being around nature. When they arrived at the camp, they had a snack, and then the teachers taught them how to put up their tents. There were many tools they didn't know how to use, but the teachers helped them to do it safely. No one was allowed to use the tools without the teachers helping them. When they finally put up the tents, the teachers showed them how to make a campfire. They all collected wood from around the forest and put it in the middle of the camp. When the fire was lit, they all sat around it, ate, and sang songs together, and the teachers then told them some scary stories. Before they went to bed, some of the students were scared because it was so dark in the forest, but the teachers were there to help them feel safer. Everyone eventually went to bed. Jeremy and Jonas were sleeping in the same tent. During the night, they were woken up by a loud noise outside. They jumped out of the tent to see what was going on, and they found out that one of the other tents had fallen down on the students sleeping inside. The teachers also woke up, and they tried to fix the tent. However, they found out that some of the tent pegs were missing, as well as one of the poles, so they couldn't fix it. The teachers were sure that they had helped everyone build their tents properly. Jeremy found this strange, but he went back to bed. The next morning, when everyone woke up, they discovered that some of the food was missing. They looked everywhere, but they couldn't find it. What they did find was some of the students' clothes thrown around the forest. Some of the teachers left the camp to get more food. Jeremy and Jonas decided to help put the broken tent back up using the tools available and organize the clothes.
Who do you think did this?
Jeremy asked.
It has to be the ghost of the forest,
Jonas said, laughing. Jeremy laughed too and then said,
We should find whoever is doing this and stop them. They're scaring everyone.
I agree,
Jonas said. After they finished helping with the tent and picking up the clothes, they decided to ask the other students if they had heard anything at night. Some of the students told them that they had heard someone come into their tent, but they thought it was just a teacher making sure that everything was okay. That night, Jeremy and Jonas decided to stay up to catch the person who was causing the trouble. For a long time they waited, but nothing happened. Both Jeremy and Jonas were getting very sleepy. They were about to fall asleep when suddenly they heard someone moving closer and closer to the tent. Jeremy and Jonas were scared, but they were ready for whomever or whatever it was. When it got inside their tent, Jonas jumped on it and held it so it couldn't escape. They found out that it was a student called Jessica. They asked her,
What are you doing?
Nothing. I got lost, that's all.
Jessica said.
Did you get lost in our tent?
Jonas asked.
I didn't want anyone to see me.
Jessica said.
See you do what?
Jeremy asked.
I wanted to steal your things and throw them around the forest.
Jessica said.
Why?
Jeremy asked.
Because we shouldn't be here. We should leave the forest alone.
Jessica said.
So you wanted to scare us into leaving?
Jonas asked.
Yes, we should leave the forest. We come here and destroy it and leave litter everywhere. We don't care if the forest dies.
Jessica said.
It's not your right to tell us what to do,
Jonas shouted. Jeremy asked Jonas to keep his voice down and asked Jessica to follow him. He went to the area where she had thrown all the students' clothes.
Does this look clean to you, Jessica?
Jeremy said.
I understand what you're trying to do, but you can't do it by stealing, lying and littering. That won't change anything.
What should I do then?
Jessica asked. She was crying.
We should tell the teachers, and you need to tell them why you did this. You also have to apologize to everyone.
Jonas said. The next morning, Jessica went to the teachers and apologized. Jeremy and Jonas went with her, and together they asked the teachers if they could spend the last day of the camping trip cleaning up the forest. The teachers agreed and asked Jessica to organize the cleaning and work harder than everyone else to make up for the trouble she had caused.